But before we get into that, I just want to give my prayers and thoughts to Ukraine and their people there. And I hope that they can be safe and everything else. All right, so Michael, cute little kid. So Brandy's been on a few creators' channels. The Interview Room, Zaba Girl, and I think another one. I'm not too sure. Oh, No Thanks with Doug. I think that's the other one. So I don't have Brandy here with me today, but that's fine. I'm not as big of a creator as the other channels are, so that's fine too. So as I'm saying that, can you guys please hit the like button? And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to grow my channel. We do now have 357. I would like to see that 500 mark very soon. And then eventually hit my 1,000. All right, with that being said, I'm just going to play a little beginning intro video that I wanted to play. I just got to find it. I have them all pulled up, but just got to find the right one. Okay, that's not it. I hope everybody's having a good oops. I hope everybody's having a good day. It's only a little after 10 a.m. on Saturday. Which one was it? Oh. This one.
Good evening. We begin tonight.
I think
115 days. He has not been home.
For one.
All right, that's not the one I wanted right now. Maybe it's.
Thanks for coming. I appreciate having everybody. Nines.
All right, so let me share my screen. Share my screen. All right. Sorry, guys.
Mountain Search and Rescue with their specialty canines, with the Fruitland Police Department, the Idaho.
I'm looking for a specific spot that I thought I saved, but I guess when I closed it, it went right back to the beginning, which because I closed the page. Oh, crap me. All right, so we'll start with this one instead. My bad. Now, I can't see chat, so just give me a minute. I got to pull it up on my phone.
We continue to follow a missing case tonight, a 5-year-old from Idaho. His name is Michael Vaughan. He disappeared after walking out of his family's home in Idaho almost 5 months ago and has not been seen since. Police have said that it is increasingly possible that Michael was abducted, yet his disappearance at the time did not trigger an Amber Alert. I have a lot of questions about this case. I know you do as well. I'm going to bring in Jennifer Coffendorfer now. She's a former FBI agent. She's been closely following this case for the past couple of months. I'm going to spend a couple minutes with Jennifer asking my questions. And for you at home, all of you on social media who have been wanting to know about Michael's disappearance, you've got questions on your mind, you can send those questions to Twitter using the hashtag NewsNationPrime. And then after the next commercial break, we'll have your questions for Jennifer as well. Jennifer, as always, thank you. This case came to our attention in a fearful way. We saw this little boy's face, Monkey as his mom calls him, just vanished into thin air. I want to begin with what the mom said a moment ago in the piece. She said, I believe somebody may have been watching our family when my son disappeared. There was a white car in the area that police are looking into. There was a man in that drainage tunnel that was unfamiliar. And also you heard police say there's an increasing possibility that Michael was abducted. As an investigator with your years of experience, what stands out to you about this little boy and him vanishing?
Well, you perfectly laid out, Marnie, all the facts that I would have said. This little boy is 5 years old. He's not a runaway. He's not visiting a girlfriend. This little boy is gone and missing, last seen literally going door to door in his neighborhood, very vulnerable for being abducted. There was an unfamiliar car in the area, an unfamiliar man in the area, and there is no reason to suspect he is anything other than abducted.
Okay, so Jennifer, this is my question, but I have been following everybody on social media asking the very same thing about an Amber Alert. People want to know, why was an Amber Alert not issued? The Idaho State Police did send us some clarification on this case early on. They said with the information that was available in this case, we made the same notification as an Amber Alert. It's called EMPA. It's an Emergency Missing Persons Alert. But they said the state of Idaho follows national best and proven practices on endangered missing persons alert. So help us understand the decision by Idaho State Police or police in any matter when a child goes missing.
Well, essentially, the Amber Alert being the gold standard for being able to find missing and abducted and endangered children is kept very close to the vest in terms of being able to issue one. They are used very sparingly. About 7 out of 10 cases in terms of those that have been issued an alert are actually recovered. And 17% of the 7 out of 10 are actually directly attributable to that alert. So they don't want to desensitize that alert. It sticks out to anyone in law enforcement who is a part of receiving this alert because they know it means there's an endangered child. For all of the citizenry, when we receive that alert on our phone, we immediately take note of what the details are and we're on the lookout. It truly is the way to find missing children. So sadly, in this case, because they didn't have enough information to say at that particular time that he was abducted, they instead went with an endangered missing person. Now, an endangered missing person in Idaho, the list has over 40 from ages 100, mostly middle-aged people who are missing. That does not rise to the level of this situation in terms of what we're looking at here in terms of the probability of abduction.
It just doesn't have the same urgency, right? You see an Amber Alert come across your phone, you immediately look at all the identifying factors. It doesn't have the same effect 5 months later either. Not being critical of the investigation, but from the parent standpoint, you want everything you can, right? You want all hands on deck. Jennifer, something else that Marky passed along to us. She did search registered sex offenders in Michael's neighborhood. The state database reveals 6 within a mile radius of his home. Would police automatically search those homes and question those individuals as part of their initial investigation?
Yes, I would have expected that to be the first thing done. There was one just doors down from him, really, blocks away. So that should have been immediately looked into. And I would suspect it has been looked into if it was done properly, which I have no reason to think that the Fruitland Police Department did not do a proper investigation.
And they still say this case is a priority. The search continues for Michael. Jennifer, stick around. We've got questions from our viewers coming up about this case and Michael's disappearance. And if you'd like to submit a question now, you can do so. Tweet us by using the hashtag NewsNationPrime. We continue to follow the disappearance of 5-year-old Michael Vaughan in Fruitland, Idaho. Next here on News Nation Prime. It has been almost 5 months since a 5-year-old boy from Idaho, Michael Vaughan, disappeared from his family's home, walked out the front door, walked down the street. He has not been seen since. His mom and family are desperate for answers tonight, and we need the public's help as well. Jennifer Koffendorfer joining us once again with some of your questions tonight on this little boy's disappearance and the search for him now in Idaho and elsewhere. Jennifer, we have a couple of questions from Twitter tonight, and the first, as I mentioned earlier, a lot of people are swarming around this question about Amber Alerts. This person asked, can we expect an Amber Alert from the Idaho State Police? What are the chances now that we know the circumstances?
Well, the Idaho State Police have known the circumstances, and even though they seem to be evolving toward classifying this as an abduction, I would say this is a bureaucratic decision that's being made by somebody who's never been boots on the ground and never been involved in an investigation like this. And I hope that this is pushed up their chain, hopefully to their director, who has experience in these cases and who might overturn this bureaucratic decision. There is absolutely no downside. There is nothing that will be desensitized. And in fact, it actually is the exact reason why an Amber Alert was created, this sort of case.
See if that process evolves. Jennifer, we have about 30 seconds to answer this last question. It is about the public's impact in these cases. They ask, what can we effectively do right now as a community to bring Michael Vaughan home? How can we help?
Well, of course, flooding social media with the circumstances and with photos of Michael Vaughan. In addition, reaching out to the Idaho State Police and imploring them to issue this alert. This is subjective. There are suggestions that are made in regard to when these alerts are issued. This is not a dogmatic precedent, and it's important for Michael Vaughan to receive an Amber so he can be found.
Jennifer Koffendorfer, as always, thank you, and thank you at home for your passion and your questions tonight. I want to put Michael's...
All right. So that was from News Nation Now, and that was a couple months ago. Michael has now been, it will be 7 months tomorrow. So I just wanted to let you know that. I'm sure you guys know. Let me just close out of this if I can. Here we go. I'm going to stop my screen for a second. So, like I said, it's been 7 months, and Michael is still not home with his mom and dad and family. Now, I did hear that they were searching a field. Let me just, I can't have everything pulled up because it lags and then nothing works. So you just have to bear with me, please, and thank you. I think it was this one. There was a field. It was about 20 miles away. I could be wrong. Oops. Here's a little clip of Michael, cue to the button, talking.
Hey, you goofy little man. All right, what did you just say?
Oh, I'll let you.
Feed me or else. Okay, bud, hold on. Or else what? Or else I'll eat myself off a building. Okay, you know you can't fly, right? Yeah, but I have a glider. You have a glider? Yeah, in storage right in the garage somewhere.
I thought that was cute. I just, he's such a vibrant, he is a monkey. He's definitely a monkey. Oh, okay. So this is where they searched. Police searched, it's called Wiser area. Just trying to find, it's a field. Oh, where the hell did it go? His reward from any information leading to finding Michael is at 52,000. So with anybody that has any information, that would be available to them. Oh, I had a picture of it too. Nothing ever works my way. Okay, so there was a field that they did search. That's not. Sorry, you're going to hear my squeaky wheel again. All right. Oh, I don't want to. I hope they let me look at this. Now, where did it? Oh, my. Anybody else have the? I'm going to need like 3 different screens just to have everything up and ready. Because every time oh, see, there it is. Well, come on. I don't want to hear next up. Oh. All right, well, that one was not. I don't know why it's not allowing that. Ay, 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 ay. All right. So this is what we know. Oh, there we go. I was going to say. Oh, excuse me, sorry. So on the evening of July 27th, 2021, Michael walked out of his house hoping to find a friend to play with outside. He went to several neighbors' homes to see if their children could come out and to play. And I don't think that he found anyone to play with. Meanwhile, Brandy was at work, and Tyler was at home dealing with Michael's baby sister and preparing dinner or ordering dinner, because I think it was pizza that they had ordered, but it was never eaten because Michael went missing. So Michael lived in a neighborhood that was quiet. It's flat land. There's a couple. There's a splash pad and a park on 8th Street. He lives on 9th, sorry. Sorry, Brandy said that Michael must have gone out the garage door because the house door or the normal door that he would have gone out was a little tricky to open. And so he probably was already in the backyard, came through the garage, and then went out to look for some friends. When Tyler realized that Michael was missing, of course, he started looking for him, and Brandy came home, and police were already there, and the search had begun. Now, there was, like they said, a lot of registered sex offenders in the area, and we all would assume that they were all questioned and houses were checked. We're hoping that's the case. They checked all the nearby canals. I think it was just in September they did that. They did it in the beginning, but they also did it once because it's farmland out there, right? So all the harvesting and everything, corn crops would be come down and stuff, right? So I don't know. I don't have anybody in chat. So now Brandy doesn't know of anybody that would have just taken Michael. So like she had no beefs with anybody or no debt dealings that would contribute to Michael being kidnapped. So obviously it's going to be a stranger abduction, in my opinion, anyhow. There were police had been reviewing some surveillance footages from homes, ring doorbells, anything like that. Now, there was a white Honda Pilot that drove down the street, and during further investigation, it showed that no one on that street had a Honda Pilot, and no one could identify who it belonged to. So we're thinking that the police want to question that person just to see if they have seen anything. The Dodge Defender, I do believe, was discarded. It's been person has come to say it was me, blah blah blah. Um, this is so. I'm sorry, I was just reading. It's so tragic. Like, this is a mom that has been on news pleading for the safe return of her son. But you don't hear that in another popular case. You don't hear them pleading about their daughter. But Brandy and Tyler have been, and that's the whole difference between these two cases. I find you have parents that are distraught and concerned and are pleading with the public for their son's safe return. And then you have on the other one, you have two parents who like to get up on YouTube and speak nothing but garble and crap that come out of their mouth, more so from the husband than the mother. So, like, that's just my opinion. Now, Michael is an adventurous little boy, and he wanted to play that evening when he went outside. Did he wander too far and get lost? I think he probably knows his neighborhood pretty good, in my opinion. And who did he see any? Did Michael see any kids along the way? Did he make it to the splash pad, to the park? Did he play with kids there? And then it's just and then you have the Snake River, which is a very large river, and it's been searched. And it's been, like, I think it's been searched multiple times. Oh, excuse me. And if Michael, well, I believe that he was abducted. And, like, again, that's just my opinion. And I believe it was a stranger, and it could have been a crime of opportunity. An abductor just doesn't happen to be driving looking for a kid to kidnap a kid in daylight in a neighborhood. So I don't know. Does anybody have any? Well, I guess not, because there's. So I'm just going to give, Michael is described as a Caucasian male, standing about 3 feet 6 inches tall, weighing about 50 pounds. When he was last seen, he has blonde hair, blue eyes, was wearing a light blue Minecraft t-shirt, black boxer shorts, and flip-flops, Spider-Man flip-flops. I think it was size 11. I don't know if they were Spider-Man. I think they were just flip-flops. And if you have any information on the whereabouts of Michael, please contact the Fruitland Police Department at 208-642-6006, or you can email findmichael@fruitland.org, and that also is for tips. Obviously, I just want to put Michael's name out there. I don't have a lot of information, like just what news articles have brought out, because Mama hasn't been, it's not like a circus like how the Summer Wells case is. You don't have parents out putting out garbage. They're not on live TV or live YouTube drunk. They're not doing that. So, which is what normal parents do. They don't do that. But if anybody in that area or anywhere else in the world knows where Michael is, please, I beg of you, please call the Fruitland Police Department. Call 911 if you see him. This boy has been missing for 7 months tomorrow. And I would love for him to come home to be with his family because he is loved. His family loves him. And you can get that just by the way Brandy talks about her son. He likes cars. He likes to plant. He likes to bake. He's always on the go. He likes monster trucks. Like, this kid loved life. He was a kid. And unfortunately, some disgusting person thought they would take him. And that's my opinion. But I just wish that let me see if I can pull that up again. Is that the one? Just want to see it. Oh, see, now it's back at the same spot again. So we're not gonna.
With me today, I've got Captain Matt.
We're just gonna listen to it.
Police, and I've got Supervising Agent Doug Hart with the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and then I also have joining us today the mother of Michael Joseph Vaughan, Brandy Neal.
Now, this is the second press conference.
We appreciate you. I want to start out by thanking our friends from the media for being here and giving us another opportunity to get Michael back in the headlines and at the forefront. Michael's case has impacted everyone who has heard about it, but likely not as much as it has impacted Brandy, Tyler, Michael's family, and the law enforcement officers working day in and day out to find him. I want to express my sincere thanks to you all for being here and covering the updates that we have for you today. The search for Michael will not stop until he's found, and the search remains very active. As I've said to the public, the effort may look a little bit different from time to time, but those of us in law enforcement leading the search and the investigation, Michael's on the top of our mind. He's our top priority, and finding
sorry, guys.
him is an intense daily part of our lives. Michael Joseph Vaughan was last seen near his residence on Southwest 9th Street at approximately 6:30 p.m. Tuesday, July 27th, 2021. The first missing and endangered child alert went out at 8:20 p.m. with 4 different alerts to email, phone calls, text messages being issued to the area residents until 11:20 p.m. that night. Michael's image and information went out to law enforcement nationwide in a database called the National Center for the National Crime Information Center, and Michael has also been entered in the State of Idaho Missing Person Clearinghouse. From the time of notification, an exhaustive search effort and criminal investigation began.
Too fast. Hang on, let me.
So our ground searches are based on the highest probability that Michael may have wandered off, potentially gotten hurt, stuck in an irrigation ditch, a swimming pool, an outbuilding, an old appliance, junk vehicle, anywhere a 50-pound curious boy could hide himself. We wanted to make sure that all the ground within a 1 to 2 mile radius from Southwest 9th Street, where Michael lives, has been searched by residential homeowners, professional searchers, law enforcement, and specifically trained canines. And not just one of these groups, but by all of these groups. As such, we've been conducting these searches continuously, even up to this week. On Monday of this week, the Idaho Mountain Search and Rescue with specialty canines and the Fruitland Police Department conducted searches in the front and backyards of nearly all the homes on Southwest 9th Street, as well as another large acreage off of Northwest 1st Street in between Nevada and Highway 95. On Tuesday, the Idaho Mountain Search and Rescue with their specialty canines, with the Fruitland Police Department, the Idaho State Police, who had a drone in the air, and the FBI, we methodically searched the farm ground to the southeast and southwest of Southwest 9th Street. Combined, we searched close to 1,000 acres this week.
Wow.
Why would we continue to search areas that have been searched multiple times before? Well, because we haven't found Michael yet, and conditions change. So further, you can imagine going home every night as a law enforcement officer wondering, did we miss something during that search? Michael, Brandy, and Tyler, the community continues to count on us to keep up the search, and that is why we continue to search. And I've said from the beginning that as long as those resources are available, we will continue to ask for them. Remember that a criminal investigation.
Now, sorry, I'm just going to pause it there for a second. So I just wanted to say, Brandy and them, they live like a block and a half away from the police station. So for someone to be that brave and take a kid off the streets that close to the police station, in my opinion, is ballsy. I thought I'd share that.
That happened at the same time of notification as the time that Michael went missing. And due to the fact that we've conducted multiple searches using every tool available to us with no success, it increases the possibility that Michael was abducted. From the beginning until we find Michael, we're considering every possibility and following up on every lead developed, every tip that comes in, and the total number of tips that we've received to date is over 557.
And now it's 738
those tips have been cleared by
tips
investigation
as of today,
or word of our search
beginning of February.
And tips on where he might be have come in from literally around the globe. Thanks to resources available to us again, every tip, regardless of how many miles away, is going to be followed up on. We're committed, and we work together to support each other. Every day we come to work, we work through the exhaustion. For investigators, there's always highs and lows. Each day we go through these highs and lows. And but what I can tell you is, I can tell you with certainty that the Fruitland Police Department and our law enforcement partners are using every resource available, and we'll continue to look into every possibility until we know exactly what happened. We're steadfast in our commitment to bringing Michael home safely. I want to thank each and every search member, the search teams that have been out here, and each and every investigator for their time and expertise and the commitment they've put into helping us bring Michael home. We also want to emphasize Michael's family, who continues to be fully cooperative, working closely with us on almost a daily basis. We ask the community to continue to respect their privacy. As for the reward for Michael, the reward for Michael's safe return remains in effect, and it's increased. The amount is increased to $50,100, and that's for anyone having information to
it's now
leading to the safe return of Michael, and that'll be available until March 31st, 2022. I should also note that Michael's family has made considerable contributions to this reward fund, as have members of the community, and every donation that we've pulled in has been appreciated. I'm going to continue to update our Facebook page periodically during the course of this investigation. I'll continue to do so if we have some significant developments, and our efforts to keep the community informed as best we can. And so with that, at this time, I'd like to introduce Michael's mother, Brandy. Brandy is representing the Vaughan family today, and she would like to give a statement. So.
Now, before she starts, this is what I wanted. There was a portion where she says something, and that's how I wanted to start it off this live stream. But once again, it didn't work out the way I wanted to go. So, excuse me. Sorry about that.
Hello, everyone. I want to thank you for all being here today. My name is Brandy Neal, and I am Michael Joseph Vaughan's mama.
Mama.
I am here before all of you today on behalf of my family to speak about Michael. As much and everyone in our family wants to be up here in front of all of you today, I am here to speak on all of our behalf. I am here to ask you all. I'm here to ask you, please for your help. I'm here to ask you to please keep Michael's face, his name, and his story in every one of your hearts, your eyes, and your minds.
And this is why I'm doing Michael's case today, to bring his face back up for everybody to see, to get his name out there, to get people looking in different countries, in different provinces, in their own state, in their own neighborhood. Somebody knows something. Just takes one little word or two little words to say, he is here.
It has been 115 days. 115 days. He has not been home. And we need every one of you. I need you I need your help to bring my baby home. I need you to see his beautiful smile. I need you to see how happy he is. That smile was one of our most favorite camping trips. He got to see his first beaver dam. And he got to catch so many frogs that day. And he was so excited. His beautiful blue eyes. He was so happy that day because I promised we would go get ice cream cones. And he laughed so hard because it...
Okay. I'm not going to play the whole thing because everybody's already seen it all. I just wanted you to hear Brandy talk about her son. She loves her boy, and there is no question in that. And it breaks my heart to listen to her asking, pleading for any information regarding her son and his whereabouts. And I just pray that he is found safe. And I pray that he has not been harmed. And that someone just picked him up and wanted to have a child. And to raise a child. And that he's okay where he's at. But wherever he's at, that's not his home. He needs to come home to be with Brandy and Tyler and the rest of the family. So I'm speechless. I thought he would have been found earlier because the police were right on it. Like, there was no, I don't know. It's just sad. This is what a mother, I shouldn't say that. I was going to say should look like grieving for her son, but everybody grieves differently, and I know that. So, but anyhow, what else do I have for you? I think there was another clip that I had. I did that one. What's this one?
Year-old boy out of Fruitland continues this week, 115 weeks after he disappeared.
There's a new reward for information.
He said 115 weeks. I think it was to be 115 days. Now, it's been 104. I think it's got to be up in the 140s by now. I can't remember what it was.
Leading to Michael's safe return with a deadline of March 31st of next year. Fruitland police say they will not give up on the search until Michael is found. Our Tristan Lewis has been following this story since it broke. Tristan, tonight, Michael's family, they broke their silence really for the first time. So what are they saying? What is their plea?
So, Mark and Kim, high emotions at the Fruitland Police Station today, and understandably so, as Michael's mother, Brandy Neal, asks everyone to continue searching for Michael. It has now been close to 4 months, and officers say they've received several credible tips that just don't go anywhere. But hope that Michael will be found continues on. It's now 115 days since Michael Vaughan was reported missing. 115 days of continuous search efforts. 115 days of community members sharing Michael's face and name. For Michael's family, it's been 115 days of unrest, just waiting to be reunited with their 5-year-old boy.
115 days. 115 days. He has not been home.
For one of the first times since Michael's disappearance on July 27th, his mother, Brandy Neal, is speaking out. She's pleading for everyone to continue to share Michael's story in the hopes any information leading up to his whereabouts may turn up.
We need every one of you. I need you. I need your help to bring my baby home.
Neil describes Michael as a sweet and exciting boy who brings joy and love to not just their family, but everyone he interacts with.
We miss his laughs, his smiles. We miss his hugs. Michael has a laugh that is beyond contagious. You can't help but smile and laugh when you hear his laugh.
While looking at pictures of him that are used on missing persons posters, she can recount stories of the joy and laughter he brought.
That smile was one of our most favorite camping trips.
Without it, she says their family is broken.
I need you to know how much Michael is loved. I need you to know how much he is missed.
Neil feels that support people have given her and her family throughout the past 4 months.
I want to thank all of the community and the extended communities and everyone who continues to keep Michael in your thoughts, in your prayers, and in your eyes.
She feels especially grateful to the law enforcement agencies that have been working non-stop since July to locate her missing son.
They have become family, and they are his son too. So please, please, please help me. Please help me bring my baby home.
Chief J.D. Huff with the Fruitland Police Department says Michael's family continues to be fully cooperative with law enforcement. He meant...
All right. So, with that all being done, and without replaying all the old news clips, this is just to keep awareness out on Michael and hopes that someone will eventually say where he's at and that he can either be brought home to be with his family, or he could be, he just needs to be brought home. We'll leave it at that. All right, guys, I'm going to end it here in a few seconds. I just want to give another prayers for Ukraine, and may they survive what they're going through right now in the world. So prayers to them, yellow and blue hearts all around. And until my next live, I know this wasn't the best. I'm sorry. Kind of got jumbled up there at last bit, but that's all right. It's human nature. But until my next live, guys, stay safe. And I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye-bye.